I'd be afraid to see you on coffee.
You know what? You're right. If you were caffeinated.
For as long as I've known Alan, he's always had this same energy. Like, his energy is too much. And if he did have coffee, he might
maybe bouncing off the wall.
Bouncing off the walls. You poop yourself because you're not used to the coffee. It just run right through you. I don't know.
But who knows? He writes a book in like 5 minutes. He's like, it's done.
Man.
This is my work.
So if you're like this without coffee, I hate to see you with coffee.
That's great. You know what's crazy is that I've always thought, wow, there's nothing wrong with me, right? It's just I've always been that type of a person.
There is something wrong with you.
We weren't saying it, but like we were.
No. There is something wrong with you. You're like this with no caffeine, no coffee.
I don't need coffee.
Can I say bad words here?
Of course.
Fuck out of here. Fucking no, there's nothing wrong with me. No, I have to have caffeine in my system.
Amen.
I have coffee, then I have pre-workout, and I need that to function. You are like this with no caffeine.
How?
There's something wrong with you.
I was an amateur boxer. I was fighting amateur pretty much from the time I was 8 years old up until I was 27.
Okay.
And I turned professional at 27, and they said, "Hey, you're too old to fight professionally." And I go, "No, I'm not." They didn't realize I was in the gym every day. I was a gym rat. Right. And you don't look like that by not working out.
Yeah.
Right.
When I was fighting, I was a much different person back then. And so I said, I'm going to prove these guys wrong. I can box at 27.
Yeah.
Professionally.
Look at that. Look at that photo. Oh, you just wait. I have a photo for you.
So anyways, I turned professional because, again, I wanted to prove people wrong. They say I'm not old. I'm not that old. I was at, like, right there, I'm probably, 27, 28 years old.
Okay.
I just have a baby face, You
do. So, okay, before we go any further, I forgot to introduce my guest. Producer Larry is going to be so upset with me. So, friends, we have here Alan Santana, who has literally done everything, which we're going to talk about here in just a second. And we also have Carlo Mendez here as well, who also has done quite a few things. But before we shine the light on what you've done, and I do have a photo to go over with you as well.
I've got to see that.
Oh, I'm very excited. You can't peek. You gotta wait. We've got Alan Santana's book, which he graciously signed for me. I'm so excited. But Unprotected, the final round. So this is the second book.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I'll have to get the first one.
I'll get a copy of that to you.
Okay.
I think I'll get you one
please.
as well.
I got to get the first one.
I will get that to you.
And then I'll read the second one. But this is the photo that we're referencing. I'll send it to Larry so that we can put it in the episode.
There you go.
But go ahead.
Wait, let me ask you. So why did you pick the name Unprotected?
So I'll tell you how that came about.
Yeah.
So being in the gym all those years and seeing, I watched a lot of my friends who were professional fighters as well, right? Mm-hmm. Some of these guys made tons of money, and in that environment, you got guys that grow. It's kind of like, I'm going to use this analogy. It's like being in a gang,
right?
If your family's a gang member, typically it's generational.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't end. And so I watch these managers that were taken advantage of by their managers before, who were taken advantage of by their managers. And when I say that, you got guys in the fight game that are making, back then you can make $150,000, $200,000, $1 million, which is a lot of money back then.
That is a lot of money.
And I remember one of my friends,
if you're smart with it,
right? So I remember one of my friends, he had won was called the Budweiser boxing tournament. They used to have it at the Forum, over in Inglewood. And Thigpen was this guy's name. He was 118 pounds soaking wet.
Oh my gosh.
He wins a tournament. He disappears for probably 3-4 months. Comes back in the gym, and he went from 118 pounds to probably 170 pounds.
Wow.
What was his secret?
Seriously. What was that?
What was the secret?
He was partying. He went through all that money. Didn't have a dime. Sold the car. They even gave him a car.
You mean he got fat out of shape?
I thought you meant he was like
bulked
up.
Okay.
No, he was out of shape.
Out
of shape.
Gained all that weight.
He gained a lot of weight.
Misunderstood that.
No, he lost. Maybe I should have set that up a little different. But he gained all this weight, lost all this money, wound up having to sell this car because he was broke.
Oh,
And it wasn't
God.
that there were people that hung around him and took advantage of him, from managers to people that just hung on.
Yeah.
And I saw that all over and over. So at one point I was a supervisor in the fight world for one of the sanctioning bodies. I worked for a few sanctioning bodies. So what that entails is I go in, they fly me in. I work with the local boxing commission in Pittsburgh. Okay.
Pittsburgh.
And I'm the guy that gives a rules meeting, make sure that the gloves aren't tampered with. And then at the end of the fight, I sit next to, during the fight, I sit with the commissioner, and we're tabulating the scores, keeping tally of each round as they go through, and we sign off on them. And we keep record. At the end of the fight, I'm the guy that gets in the ring once we figure out who's won, and I put the belt around the champion.
That's cool.
So Evander Holyfield.
Okay.
One day I get a call, says, "Hey, Evander Holyfield wants to fight for a title." And he was already well past his prime. And he was fighting for $1 million. If you remember back in his heyday, he was making tens of millions, right?
Yeah, he's worth quite a few.
And like, why would you fight for $1 million? You needed some money, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of sad, But
Yeah.
I don't know. And love Evander. Was a great fighter. But he had a lot of issues with money issues.
He's got like 40 kids or something.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, he's got like 7 or 8.
Like a
Well, yeah,
village.
7, 8 children. The story that I heard, because I flew back to Atlanta a few times and worked world title fights in Atlanta, and one of them was in Buckhead, which would be like Beverly Hills, the equivalent of Beverly Hills, right?
Okay.
Beautiful homes there. And from what I heard one time, he's flying back to Atlanta to literally foreclose on 2 of his homes,
Stop.
which was sad. The story was that he had this house here, the mansion here.
Yeah.
You could walk through a gate to get to the second mansion where he kept his kids.
I mean, isn't that the perfect way to live? Just keep your children in a separate mansion.
Right. But that's why I wrote the book.
Yeah.
And that's why I titled it Unprotected, because I feel like athletes, and it's not just boxers, it's baseball players, football players, right? They a lot of these guys wind up broke.
They don't know
Even
what to
before
do.
their careers are over, because they come from nothing,
Right.
typically, right?
Yeah.
You start making all this money's being thrown at you, and what's the first thing a guy will do? Go out and buy a fancy car. Go out and buy
naturally.
expensive watches.
So
right?
unprotected would be like a double meaning. Unprotected in the sport and also unprotected in life.
Yes.
Is that-
Yeah, and in the business world, because I also write about business in there.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people that they're literally unprotected. They don't protect themselves. It's like I tell people, if you're in business, right?
Yeah.
Protect yourself. Either create an LLC,
Mm-hmm.
right? You do that as a fighter too, or an athlete. You can create your own entity.
Yeah.
Athletes don't realize that. Say, look, incorporate yourself.
Yeah.
Protect yourself, because you don't want people coming at you for whatever reason. Lawsuits, frivolous lawsuits.
Would you say that that the athletes today are smarter, more well informed than the athletes back in the days, or about the same?
No,
He's like,
I don't think so.
Really interesting.
No, because what do they teach you when you go to school? They don't teach you how to open a bank account, or how to incorporate yourself, or
Or do
how
your
to, how to-
taxes.
or pay taxes. I tell people this, and I'll use this analogy: $1 million fight. From $1 million, okay, the first thing is you get 33 1/3% taken away from you for your trainers and your manager.
Mm-hmm.
So that comes right off the top,
right.
right? So that's now leaves you with 700,000 and change, 600,000 and change, right? Now on top of that, you got to pay taxes on $1 million. Usually 28%, maybe a little more. That's federal. Now you got the state tax, right? So
Yeah.
there's, let's say, maybe 40% right there in taxes. What did it leave the fighter?
Yeah, not much.
A
Not
margin.
much.
A margin, literally,
Right?
of what he made.
Well, what does a guy do? Goes out and buys a $100,000 car,
Right.
not realizing he's got to pay taxes on that million. So that's one of the biggest problems right there. I see it so often; it's mind-boggling.
It is crazy. And especially with like college athletes too, I feel like it would be challenging for them because they are so young, and then they go from being like in college football to then NFL, and like how do you transition? Like, how do you transition your life? Like, what does that look like? You're not given the tools, I would assume, to navigate how that's going to be for you.
That's why you need a parent or somebody who's guiding you with a good head on the shoulders, kind of like like Jordan's mom did,
Yeah.
from the
Right.
movie that you hear about Air, that they guide you well. But if you have bloodsuckers around you, yeah, you're gonna end up look Mike Tyson, right? Didn't he have a $400 million
He had
fortune and
he-
went bankrupt?
And I write about him in my book. He was actually around 200 million that he earned fighting.
Oh,
Yeah.
200 million.
Yeah, you're close, but still 200 million.
Crazy.
200 for him doesn't matter. He was broke.
Yeah.
He was fortunate because he had a second chance at doing what he's doing, right? And he's done well. So this time I think he's smart enough to realize, hey, I got to take care of my money.
Yeah.
Right. But he had 2 chances at life at that. So
He's fortunate to have that.
Very
and I'm sure
fortunate,
not
'cause-
everybody, gets that second chance.
you know, you talk about college athletes, right? So when and I've always said this, when you're in college, you're playing football or even baseball or basketball, you're not going to school. You're not in class.
No.
Because you're busy training preparing for the next, your next baseball game or your football game or basketball game, right? So how much time do those guys actually spend in class?
Yeah.
You always wonder about that.
It's true.
So, right.
It's very true. So you cover all the bases
Pretty much,
in
yes.
the book. So definitely a good read. I'm very excited to dive into it.
Same here.
You didn't share your DJ name, and I need you to tell everybody what your DJ name was.
No, so I didn't have it personally, but I called the thing we went by was called Midnight Affair.
I love it. It's such a solid DJ name.
DJ Midnight Affair.
Yeah.
I like that.
So good.
That's actually really good.
It's so classic.
One of my best friends growing up in Miami is a DJ. That's what he does for a living. And he took his name after a basketball player, Harold Miner. So he's DJ Miner. But I like that DJ Midnight Affair. Oh, even I have a nephew that's a DJ too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I just remember that.
So yeah, we pulled up one of my friends pulled up an old flyer. We used to make flyers back then.
Yeah.
Right, and fold them up, and it would say,
So
Midnight
cool.
Affair, and where we were having the party at, or then I would have guest DJs come on, and then he would say that was like $10 to get in, and that's a lot of money back then, right?
Yeah.
And you're selling liquor, and we did pretty good.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
It's a lot of fun.
What a time.
That's funny because I'll tell you this. So growing up with one of my best friends in Miami, he was a DJ, and I always thought, well, fuck, if I ever did the DJ thing, what name would I call myself? And I try to take the first letter of my name with the last 3 of my name.
Okay.
And then when I said it out loud, I was like, that is a terrible idea, which would have been called DJ with a slash in the middle.
Of course.
DJ Seaman.
Honestly.
And I'm like, you know what?
It's perfect. It's perfect.
I don't know.
No
I got-
notes.
I got-
no
Carlo.
notes.
No notes.
Don't
I'm
change
like,
anything.
yeah,
I got a high five.
I don't know
Perfect.
if that's a good DJ name. DJ Seaman. But it would have been C-MEN.
They'd have been like, what an
There
asshole.
you go.
But then people would have came to see you
Yeah,
too. Because they'd been like,
DJ
what is this guy
Seaman
doing?
spinning
Hey, that would
tonight.
have worked though.
It might have
think it
worked.
would've worked.
It would've worked.
Might not have,
It would've worked,
but I was
you
like,
know.
yeah, I don't think the DJ thing is for me.
It's always good to have a backup plan.
Yeah.
If
That's funny.
if things go really awry,
Yeah.
DJ.
Yeah, DJ.
Right.
solid.
You hit that right on the head. We say backup plan, right? So I was fortunate because my boxing career was cut short. I had I had 2 terrible accidents within.
So how long did you box? From 27 to...
I started boxing as a little boy at 8 years old.
Okay, so that's when you officially started.
At 8 years old, literally. So my dad takes me to fight in East LA at Hollenbeck, which is very well known. And I remember fighting this little kid. We were little kids, right? But the kid was a little bit bigger than me. And I come back to the corner crying, literally in tears. My dad smacks me in the back of the head. You know Hispanic fathers, right? Smacks me in the back of the head. He goes, if you're going to cry, you'll never box again. I never cried ever again. My mother was so upset with my dad.
No.
That was like I say 8 or 9, right? She never watched me fight ever again.
Really?
Ever again. No, even professionally. When I would come home, I would go to the house, right? And sometimes when you box, you're going to get bruised up no matter
of
what, right?
course.
And I would always win my fights, right? And she goes, Mio, she goes, your face. And I go, Ma, you should see the other guy. He's all beat up, right?
Yeah.
And like, I'm fine. But because you know, like I said, you're bruised. And then after a fight, you're walking around for probably a week and a half to 2 weeks. You feel like you're going to take a seashell and put it up to your ear.
I have.
That's what your head feels like for about 2 weeks.
Ooh.
And then it'll go away all of a sudden. So not good.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
So it isn't. But see, I was fortunate because I started my paving company when I was 27 years old. So I had that to fall back on.
It's a good industry to get into.
Right. I always say we'll never run out of asphalt.
No, you're never going to run out of asphalt.
Right.
You're always going to need it.
Until they invent a flying car.
Is that
Oh, God,
is
yeah.
that what you're doing still now? Or is
Yeah,
that
I
your
have
primary business?
I have a paving company that's been around for 30. We're celebrating 36 years this year.
Nice, good for
So it's called
Congrats.
Bay Cities Paving Incorporated. It's done very well. I've been fortunate. You know, it's a roller coaster. Being
Yeah.
a business roller coaster, right? But
I'm sure.
I've been fortunate to ride the roller coaster out, and I'm getting to a point now where at some point I'm going to probably sell the company
Yeah.
Nice,
and
good for you.
do other things. You know.
Got
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Like, you're gonna retire, or
Brother, we
just
never
go
retire.
on to the next
No,
chapter?
you
He's
don't
going to
retire,
open
no.
the nightclub.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there you
Got
go.
the
No,
nightclub.
I want to
Trademark Midnight Affair, DJ Midnight
go.
Oh,
Affair.
yes.
Trademark.
So-
Please, bring
No,
it back.
I would love to. I actually love to work with kids.
Okay.
I want to work. I want
I
to
took
work
a
with
left
children.
turn, but okay.
Yeah, it is a left turn. Well,
All right.
I've been working with children for years now, So I have reading programs in schools, and,
Yeah.
and I love doing that. I love mentoring them. So the reason I got into boxing is I was bullied as a little boy.
Oh.
So that was my only way out. Teach me how to defend myself. And I was being a little kid, right?
Right.
I was a lot littler than most kids, and I got picked on a lot. And so I went home one day and asked my mom and my dad to teach me how to defend myself. So he took me down to sporting goods store, bought me a heavy bag in boxing gloves, and I never looked back from that point on.
He changed your life.
Yeah, no, I did. Who knows where I would have went, I wanted to be, I love acting. As a little boy, and I was a ham in school, so Paramount Studios came to my house, one of the talent scouts when I was probably 8, 9 years old, and they had signed me to a contract until I was 21 years old, actually 18.
Nice.
But the problem was my father didn't want me to do that, so he ripped up. I found the contract ripped up in the mail, and I ripped up. I should say, tossed in the trash. I took the trash out and found it. The contract
No
ripped
way.
up.
Why didn't he want you to do it?
I know.
I have no idea. My dad, again, I think maybe being a Hispanic parent didn't think acting was a real career, or I couldn't do anything with it. So
Maybe a little unconditional, maybe.
yeah, I don't know. So as I got older, a good friend of mine from New York came down and took me to go see George J., who was a very well-known, oh my gosh, not publicist, like an agent. I'm sorry, well-known agent. And so I walked in, and he looks me up and down, and he goes, "You're a cross between a James Dean and an Elvis Presley." So I read a few lines because here, I'll sign you up. I'll sign you. So he signed me to a contract. George was my agent until he passed away. God, for probably 20 some years.
Wow.
You I went and did a few things, and then a lot of times I was just so busy raising a family and running my company that I didn't have time to act.
Yeah.
So at 55, I jumped back into the acting world.
Why not?
And I get written into one of my first movie roles. And then I've done probably 8 or 9 movies.
That's awesome.
I've produced. Thank you. I've produced 3 or 4 as an executive producer. We're just wrapping up one right now. So
that's awesome.
So that's. I always say that's going to be my next career.
I think
it is.
I think
You're
that's
doing
good.
it.
I'm
You're
already
in
doing it, right?
Yeah.
You're doing it already.
Yeah, but I always said this, and I tell people, I go, never give up on your dreams. I don't care how old you are, how young, don't give up on whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You can achieve whatever you want to do, and I tell people that.
Absolutely.
Don't ever give up.
Oh yeah.
And I always say I'm living proof of that. One of the cool things is with the book, we shot a document. I went to Arizona, and was interviewed on ABC. And they did a segment on me, which was really cool. So then from there, we went and shot a short documentary called The Final Round.
Oh,
And
that's
which is
great.
really cool about that. We've just entered into my publicist has entered it into several film festivals. So we got word yesterday that we're going to La Jolla
Nice.
for the film festival on the 28th of October because the film's been accepted in.
Oh,
and
that's great.
it's going to be cool. Or the documentary. So we're excited about that.
That's
Who
so
knows
exciting.
where it's going to go,
Who knows?
So
And what's the name of your first book? This one's Unprotected.
the first one titled Unprotected, Boxing, Business, and Life.
Ah, okay. So
So-
it's like 2 Unprotected and then
Yes.
with a different title.
So this
Got it.
one's Unprotected, the final round.
Got it.
I love it. And you're working on another book, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Damn, 3 books.
He's writing the books.
God,
He's acting. He's doing all the things.
I feel so inadequate here.
I said,
You're not, brother.
yeah. Let's,
I barely can read a comic book now. Ay, ay, ay.
Oh man.
So you're writing another one, okay?
I jumped right and started writing into the book. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think you know what for me too. Writing is it's a good way to release stress.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Like in this book, and I have a interesting family. I don't know, my family is it's just different, but I write about my family in there because of some of the crazy stuff that went on in my life and being in business.
Yeah.
And the relationships I had with my father, which was a love-hate relationship, which is terrible, But he passed away back in December, and it was just a mess.
Sorry.
Oh, just this year?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, actually, 2024 December. Yeah, we got almost a year ago.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a good thing. Like I said, there was a love-hate relationship with my father. I always say this. I was like that dog that you throw the bone to,
Yeah.
and then you go run. The dog runs and gets it, and brings it back, and then the owner kicks him, throws a bone in, over and over.
Cry.
That was me.
Oh.
Wow.
But I was loyal to my father,
Yeah.
even though I say this, my father never in all the years of me, I'm an adult, right?
Yeah.
He never said, "I love you, son."
Not.
I think that maybe that's just a Hispanic thing there too. I don't know, and that was hard.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I made sure that my children, when we had our children, we're all adults now, that we supported them 100%. I told my kids, hey, whatever you want to do, if you want to act, you want to, I don't care if you work. I said, look, if you work at McDonald's, be the best hamburger maker you could be.
Yeah.
We'll support you.
How many kids do you have?
Four.
Four.
So daughter is going to be 35 in about a month.
Okay.
She lives in Savannah, Georgia. It's Victoria. Identical twin boys, Austin and Andrew.
Ooh, 2 for 1.
2 for
Right?
1.
We made up for some last time on that one.
Yeah.
So we have the twins, and then we have our youngest son, Aaron, who's going to be, he's 27, I think.
Oh, damn. So all your kids
Yeah.
are like grown ups.
Yeah.
Well, they're all grown.
They're all adults.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But for me, though, it's weird because even saying, hey, I'm going to be 64, 65 years old, right? I'm like, that's just a number.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It really is. And I get up every morning, I make coffee for my wife. I don't even drink coffee. And people go, how do you get out the door without having coffee? It's just, I just have a lot of energy.
I'd be afraid to see you on coffee.
You know what? You're right. If you were caffeinated.
For as long as I've known Alan, he's always had this same energy. Like his energy is too much. And if he did have coffee, he might
Maybe bouncing off the wall.
my
bounce
God.
off the walls. You poop yourself because you're not used to the coffee. It just run right through you. I
would
don't
be
know.
good.
but
Who knows? He writes a book in like 5 minutes. He's
Yeah.
like, it's
Oh,
done.
man.
This is my work.
So if you're like this without coffee, I hate to see you with coffee. With
Yeah.
caffeine in you.
That's great. You know what's crazy is that I've always thought, wow, there's nothing wrong with me, right? It's just I've always been that type of a person.
There is something wrong with you.
We weren't saying it, but like we were.
No. There is something wrong with you. You're like this with no caffeine, no coffee.
I don't need coffee.
Can I say bad words here?
Of course.
Fuck out of here. Fucking no, there's nothing wrong with me. No. I have to have caffeine in my system.
Amen.
I have coffee, then I have pre-workout, and I need that to function. You
I don't.
are
I
like
don't.
this with no caffeine.
How?
There's something wrong with you.
Alan,
Because
are
the
you
majority
doing
of people are
drugs?
like us.
No, I'm not on
I'm
drugs.
joking.
The
Trust me,
majority
I
of people
know.
are not like you. Like, what'd you say?
I said, are you doing drugs?
Yeah. Again, I'd hate to see him on drugs. Yeah, I'd hate to see him on drugs. If you're on cocaine,
Oh, that's
like,
funny.
Oh.
But that was one thing that as an athlete, I never mess with drugs.
That's
my
actually
friends,
incredible, especially being in boxing.
yeah, no, I just didn't mess with it. I didn't. I used to like to drink. I love to drink, but I was always very controlled.
Yeah.
But drugs never did anything
No
for me. I'm not saying
steroids?
I didn't try it. I tried weed.
Yeah.
My friends did coke and all. It just didn't do nothing for me. I had a very high tolerance level.
That's great.
I can see that you have a high tolerance. I mean, you can probably do caffeine, drugs, and all that shit, and it wouldn't affect you.
No.
You're naturally
I go
this
right to sleep
hyper.
with coffee. If I drink coffee, I go right to sleep.
You're naturally this
Maybe.
hyper, yeah.
It might be the reverse effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people have that reverse effect.
Yeah, you snort a line and then you go to sleep.
Yeah,
It's like, it's the
possibly.
best
I'll right
night's
to
sleep I've
yeah,
ever
you
had.
just snort a line, you fall asleep like fucking crazy. Jesus Christ, you have the reverse effect. There's something not right with you.
I don't know, brother.
Go get yourself checked out. It's not normal.
Yeah. Listen, it's working for you. And
Yeah.
we're happy for you. Am
Thank
I
you.
jealous? Yes. But we're happy for you.
How many hours of sleep do you get?
4.
Fuck you.
Shut up.
Fuck you.
Actually,
Fuck you.
I need you to leave.
Fuck you. Fuck you. And I'm sorry I'm saying so many bad words, but you don't need caffeine. You sleep on 4
4
fucking
hours.
hours.
4 hours.
How?
You know what? I've done that all my life. I go to bed. I go to bed.
Fuck this shit.
Listen,
I
I'm
gotta
outta
go get some
here.
rest 'cause I'm fucking tired. Are you serious? 4
No,
hours?
seriously,
Alan?
I've always been that way. Even when I was younger, my wife's the same way. We're both like that. We can go to bed
I
at
hate
midnight.
all of this.
I'm usually up by 4:30. Or 1 o'clock. Like last night, I go to
If
bed.
you go to bed at midnight, you're up by 4:30.
Last night I went to bed at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And
It's
I was
dark
I was
when
up
you
at,
go to
I was
bed
up at
and
5.
it's dark when you wake up.
I read a couple weeks ago about certain genetic mutations that people have, and I forget the name of the one. That there's specifically one called, it's like GLP-145. I can't remember, but not even close to that probably. That there's some people who just can get off on 4 or 5 hours of sleep and function all day.
Yeah.
You probably are missing that
Yeah.
gene or have that extra gene. I can't remember what it is. I'm terrible with science. That you're 4 hours.
Yeah. No, seriously, 4 or 5 hours is all I need. I can't sleep past that.
I wish I could do that.
Even if I go on vacation, I'm up.
You don't nap?
No,
That's my favorite hobby.
no.
Mine too.
I love napping.
I need 10 hours
Really?
to sleep. Fuck yes.
At minimum, like an
Dude,
8,
no.
an 8 to 10. Like if I got 4 hours, I'd be a miserable bitch.
No.
I couldn't function like that. I'd feel like if I slept 10, like I'm sleeping my life away.
Oh, I wish I had that outlet.
I don't love sleeping my life away.
I know.
That's my favorite. Like if I can eat peanut butter and sleep at the same time.
Simple
He loves
pleasures.
his peanut butter.
It's
do
just
it.
peanut
I gotta
butter.
ask you, what's your favorite peanut butter?
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
question.
you know
You
what?
like crunchy peanut butter or smooth?
No,
Oh.
smooth.
Okay.
Okay.
The Jiffy one and the Skipper, or just any kind of peanut butter. It doesn't matter as long as it's smooth.
Very
Okay.
classic.
Yeah. But fuck, 4 hours.
That's all I need, man. That's it. So I don't know what that is. It's
I
weird.
can't believe it.
I'm disgusted by it.
Look,
I actually am as well.
I'm the type of
If
guy.
I would have known this, you wouldn't have been on the podcast.
You would have cut me off. You're done.
I'd be like, no.
When I would go to the dentist, so one time I fight when I was fighting, I get hit with an uppercut when one of my buddies were sparring. He hit me with an uppercut, and I had my mouth open. I still had my mouthpiece, but it closed so tight, it broke one of my teeth back here.
Ooh.
So I go to the dentist like maybe a week later.
Yeah.
I go to the dentist and because I was in a lot of pain, and so the dentist comes out and he's a little guy, stands about this tall,
Okay.
So just
He had-
slightly shorter than you.
a little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
Just a cute height.
Now he's gonna mess with me because I pissed him off because
Uh-huh.
of my 4 hours of
Yeah.
sleep, right?
Yeah.
Your 4 hours.
It's all it took.
So this guy has a milk crate.
Okay.
Puts a milk crate down, and
No.
I'm already in the chair, right? Comes up to give me an injection. I go, you're gonna have to give me more than one injection because I need more than one to numb my mouth up. I already know my mouth.
Yeah.
So he gives me the one. He goes out for 10, 15 minutes, comes back in. He goes, oh, you numb? I say, I feel a little numb, but he's gonna start working on you. I go, no, don't work on me. I need another injection. He goes to work on me. I'm sitting in the chair, man, and I'm literally,
'cause
I
you
can
feel
feel
everything.
I can feel everything.
Oh God.
And I have to say, can you stop, please? I said, I need another. He had to give me 3 injections.
Wow.
So it's a weird thing, but my tolerance level is like way up there.
Yeah.
That's why you couldn't do drugs because if you
No.
did 10 lines, you wouldn't feel it. You'd have to
No.
do a horse of
I
lines.
probably have to kill myself, right?
Yeah,
It'd be a
No, you-
wagon. It'd be a very expensive hobby for you.
You'd be like Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
I
I was
just
saying,
saw
oh,
a
yes.
documentary.
Did you
They-
watch that documentary?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was like great documentary.
Insane.
Yeah,
Great
you'd be like
documentary.
him in the sense of like doing drugs because like, my God, you have a high tolerance. That's good for you.
That's crazy though, right? I don't know what it's weird.
I think I read something
That's
online. Maybe this isn't true. I don't know. But like the cartel like shut him off. They're like, sir, you purchased too many drugs. Like,
Too many
you're done.
drugs.
Yeah,
Well,
you're
Can you
done.
imagine?
What I literally just saw it 2 nights ago. What happened is that the guy that was selling him drugs, the Charlie's doctor or sponsor, or whatever, I can't
Yeah.
remember what it was, goes to asked who's your drug dealer, who's the one that gives you drugs. Got in touch with the guy and said, listen, start giving him less. Make it seem like you're giving him a lot, but give him
They're trying to
less.
wean them
Yeah.
off of it.
Wean
Wean them
him
off of it.
because
Wow.
no one can't stop cold turkey.
Right.
And literally the guy little by little just weaning him off, like giving him less, thinking, oh, this is the best shit, it's pure. And he had to cut it up more so he can like get off of it on its own because
Yeah.
they knew that he wouldn't stop.
Wow.
That's insane.
That's
crazy.
That's
And he's still alive.
crafty.
Yeah.
One. That's very
That's
crafty.
crafty,
That's crazy.
But that's insane.
Yeah,
Like
so,
he's
yeah,
a different.
just-
He's an animal. Like
Yeah.
that man is just
He's a party animal, period.
literally a party
right?
animal.
Ah, crazy.
So that would have been you had you like gone down the route of like
You
doing
and
drugs.
Charlie.
right?
Just hitting the streets
That's
together.
crazy. But it's weird. 4 hours. I get, like I said, I function perfectly fine on 4 hours of sleep.
We get it.
You know,
We get it.
I'm gonna throw that at you.
Yeah, like we get it. That's
Real
great.
quick, what time did you go to bed yesterday?
1 o'clock in the morning,
What time did you get up?
about 4:30.
And you were fine.
Fine.
Do you
was
know-
good.
Do you know how much I could like get done if all I needed was 4 hours?
That's why I get done what I get done.
Because let me tell
Yeah.
you, you know what my 2 wishes are that I could have, like if I can have something
We
like
would love to know.
is a photographic memory
Okay.
and literally just function on 4 hours of rest.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's I
Really?
said, because I read something about it being a mutation or a genetic mutation in
But there are
human.
people.
You
There are
probably have that.
there are people
Yeah.
that can get by on that kind
But
of sleep.
do you know how much stuff I can get done with a photographic memory and 4 hours of sleep?
But
Unstoppable.
as an actor,
Unstoppable.
You
as
could
an
do all
actor,
the
you have to have,
things.
as an actor, you have to have a good memory.
Yeah, but it's not photographic. You gotta have a good memory. But I mean, okay. Do you know who the actor is? Oh God, I can't remember. He's from the show Blacklist. James.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Is he the main guy?
The main guy.
Okay, I know
blonde-headed
who
guy.
it is. I just
James,
don't know his name.
Is it James? Okay, he's got a photographic memory. He can literally read an entire script and memorize it.
That's insane.
That's insane. There's people that are known for that.
Wow.
I remember seeing this show, long time show, whatever, and to test the guy's memory, they had a conveyor belt with a bunch of just products of different things, whatever it was, just very random stuff. He looked at it once and was able to recall every single product in order. It was like 50 of them in order of what the exact product was.
That's crazy.
Because he had a photographic memory.
Wow.
That would be amazing.
Can you imagine what you with a photographic memory? It'd be awesome.
I just want to remember to take my vitamins.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's why, see, look, if I had a photographic memory, but I need as much sleep as I need, I'd be wasting it. But if I had a photographic memory with only 4 hours of rest, I'd be unstoppable.
There you go.
You can't have one with the other, I guess.
You can't be too powerful.
No.
You can't have everything.
Damn, 4 hours of rest.
So how do you prepare for these roles? Because you were in Dexter.
Oh, yes. So specifically my role in Dexter, it was a role that I've never played before.
Okay.
So it was playing the cartel guy, the gangster guy.
Yeah.
But I'm sure people have watched it. I play the character who ends up getting Dexter's mom killed.
Okay.
I'm responsible for her death. So I'd never, I remember self-taping for it and stuff like that. And I was like, because they wanted the actor, the character to look like the original one from the original show. If that makes any sense. It's a little confusing. And I look nothing like him. Nothing. Like you put up side by side, I'm like, I'm never going to book this. So let me but still audition for it. Audition. I didn't hear anything for like a few weeks. And all of a sudden, like, not even called by. They're like, all right, hey, you booked it. Getting ready to shoot these days. I was like, whoa, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So from there, I just started watching a lot of like, kind of like, gangster roles, just to kind of like get into that mentality of what it is and stuff like that. Just doing research. I never want to kind of like perform like anybody else. Always want to do your own thing. And it was so much fun, just getting into that character, playing something different because I normally wouldn't play that kind of role. So I was very excited that finally I was given a shot to play something menacing and different, because normally I get the funny guy role or the cop role or the goofy role, which I'm fine with.
You play a lot of cop roles, I've noticed on your Instagram stories.
I'm on
Hey,
a cop
in a uniform.
cop show right now.
Someone said to me, so they called me and said, hey, we're going to cast you as a chief of police in this next movie, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, I see you've done a lot of cop roles. And I go, yeah. He goes, it's not bad to be stereotyped, though, because he said, especially a cop, you'll be busy.
You would look like a cop.
You definitely look like a cop. Yes, a New York cop, Chicago cop.
Yes.
Who only needs 4 fucking hours of rest eating fucking donuts.
Carlo's
Excuse
still
my
really
language.
upset.
I'm
gave
very
it up.
upset about that.
He's going to write me on this for the rest of the show here.
Maybe the rest of everybody's life. I don't know.
Seriously, 4 hours? Like, I'm dying here right now.
Oh, that's funny.
No, being stereotyped can be good and bad, but I think it's more bad.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Depending on where you want your career.
Yeah.
Because once you get stereotyped into that thing, then that's all you're seeing if you want to expand more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you're okay with being like that, which there's nothing wrong with it, then it's fine.
Yeah.
But like me, I wanna expand. I wanna be able to do really good guy roles.
Yeah.
And then the worst of the worst bad guy roles.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to go from each end of the spectrum, then to funny, to goofy. Like some of the actors that I admire, like Mel Gibson can do action, comedy, sad. Brendan Fraser. He's another one who's done it all, like in that realm, goofy, fun.
Yeah,
sad.
those great actors.
Yeah,
Great actors.
So something like that. So and then out of being again stereotyped, and then you just got that one thing. Like the action guys from the '80s, like a Van Damme, Steven Seagal.
They were stereotyped.
Yeah.
They were stereotyped. That's all they
into
did.
that one
right.
thing. How long does your career last like that?
You're done.
You're doing really,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But I still think, even though I've been doing it for a while, I'm still kind of young because I'm not known.
Yeah.
I'm not known at all.
I
So
wouldn't
people
say
can see
that.
But
I wouldn't say that.
Thank you, but I'm not known.
You're breaking out though.
Little by little, and it takes time. It takes time.
But
so.
I would say this too. Sometimes it's nice to do your work quietly.
Yeah.
Because
I agree.
you can walk down the street, no one's gonna bother you, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
And that's a good part of it. But also it's like, it's nice to be recognized. Like, hey man, I saw you on
Have
that
you been
show.
recognized?
For a couple of things, yeah, like
Okay.
Dexter, or when I was on Parks and Recreation. But it's funny, it's because like I get recognized sometimes, and I'm at work.
Oh.
So like I bartend at night, so I'll be
Okay.
bartending.
Ah.
And like, man, you look familiar. And I was like, oh, is it from here? And they're like, no. I'm like, are you an actor? I'm like, yeah, I'm an actor. It's like, I think I saw you on something. I'm like, was it Parks? Yeah, it was Parks. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
What do you want to drink? Because I have a liner behind you. What can I get you to drink? I'm sorry. Yeah. So that kind of stuff, But it's nice to be, as an actor, it's nice to be recognized because, like, they've seen your work. Because also, you could be the most amazing, great actor in the world. If nobody sees your work.
Yeah, that's true, I guess, right?
You're not being, again, you're not being, I guess, appreciated or seeing your work, but then you don't get more work.
Right.
Does that make sense also?
No,
it
it's
does.
necessary
It does.
for
It's
people to see
necessary
what you're doing.
because it's an art form and you want people to see it.
Yeah.
Like again, you could be like, this right here could be the greatest book in the world, but if nobody reads it, who knows it's great?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You could have the greatest script in the world, and if nobody sees it, it doesn't get turned into the greatest movie in the world.
Right.
So you want people to see it, to appreciate it, and it's nice to be recognized. Like, oh, thank you so much.
No, that's
without sounding too egotistical about it.
No, but it's the fact that you want them to see your work and appreciate your work and what you're doing, and vice versa. Like, you want that as well. Like, you want to, if you're putting your effort into something, you want someone to acknowledge it.
Look at it, as an actor.
That's art.
Yeah.
No, but as an actor too, I think that we all have egos. You got to have an ego to be an actor.
Yeah.
I always like to say you have to have an ego to be a boxer or an athlete, right? Especially a professional fighter, you have an ego, right? But I always tell people there's a time for your ego. There's a time to have the ego, and then you have to know when to turn it on or turn it off, right?
100%.
Yeah.
You hit it on the mark on that. Yeah.
And you have to know how to do that, because like you say, you don't want to walk around. Oh yeah, it's nice to be recognized. I mean, there's been times when I would be driving because one of my friends would come and say, "Dude, we were watching a movie, and all of a sudden you show up in this movie because we didn't know you acted." I go, "I don't want anybody." I keep quiet about that.
Yeah,
because it's kind of nice to do that.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's like, only getting out 4 hours of rest. And like fucking, you gotta know when to turn it on. Must be fucking nice. I wouldn't know.
But at the same time, the same thing. I've had people come up and I'm sitting in a restaurant. I go, "You look familiar." And I go, "No, I just have one of those faces, right?"
Yeah.
They'll go, "No, I've seen you on TV, or maybe you." I go, "Yeah, I said I'm an actor, or I boxed before. Maybe you see me fight, But it is kind of cool when people do that,
It's the art of it. You want to be recognized for what you've done and seen and stuff, and it's just nice. Now, I'm sure there's you got big A-listers that they've been famous and doing their work for 30, 40 years. They're probably over it, which I get maybe at that time. And now they're just putting out work. But in the beginning, it's nice. It's like, oh, thank you. You saw it and you're like, oh, you did great. You inspired me. And that right there is just something nice to hear. Like,
it is.
And that's the art. It's like music. If nobody listens to your song, is it any good? Is the world's greatest song? That type of thing.
Yeah. So. No one listens to the salsa at 4 a.m. No one's going to know it.
Right.
Who's up at 4 a.m.? I mean, I go to bed at 4 a.m. because I bartend. But you're waking up when I'm going to bed.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
There's something wrong with it. You're right.
Bartending's a hard gig, especially if you're bartending and you're acting and you're putting all that into a day.
That's a lot of work.
That's tough.
Yes, it's tough because I'll get home at 3:30ish in the morning or so, and sometimes it happened these past couple of weeks I've been on set working as an actor. So the other night I went to bed at 3 in the morning. I had to get up at 7.
So there you go.
But
4 hours
if
of
I
sleep.
was like fucking Alan,
You would be fine.
I'd be fine.
You'd be fine.
That's why I wish I just had what he has. I'd be like, I'd bartend every single night, wake up at 7 in the morning, and be fine.
Yeah, you'd be ready to rock
But
and
I
roll.
was dying.
Yeah. As most people would
Thank
be.
God for makeup that they put on, whatever. But I was falling asleep, driving. I was dying because I didn't get enough rest, and I love.
Yeah.
And did you have your coffee?
I had 10.
Oh, jeez.
I went to get coffee, and I was put 3 shots of espresso in it.
Really?
Please.
Okay.
Oh, man.
I got to ask you a very important question.
Yeah.
This is hard hitting here, what I'm going to ask you. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
Pumpkin spice. How do you feel?
That's funny because I just literally one of the things I'm about to order is a pumpkin spice
Really?
for my espresso machine. Yeah.
All
that I
right.
just
Okay.
got.
So you're on the pumpkin team.
Yeah. I like
Okay.
pumpkin spice.
Okay,
Nice.
Perfect.
Nice.
I will.
Okay. That's perfect.
That's a
That's all I
great-
needed.
Literally,
Actually,
I'm
we can
like,
end the episode
pumpkin
now.
Spice. Oh,
That's a great
that's right. It's only a
question.
fall one. I'm gonna buy that one. Yeah.
You got to do it.
You guys are on the same wavelength there or something now, right?
Oh, gotta love a pumpkin. And it's October, so it's perfect.
Right? Perfect time for
Already.
pumpkin spice. So.
You don't have a coffee machine here?
Well,
Right.
I think Will does upstairs. He's
'Cause,
got some
we
crazy shit.
need it, but this fucker would.
Yeah, he would be fine. I've had 2 today. So.
I think I'm going to take him out and go get him some coffee after this.
I think you need to after this.
Give me some of your blood.
Just do a little transfusion in the
That's
parking lot.
hilarious.
It'll
You know,
be fine.
if this is a genetic mutation that you have, I'll take
I
your
have no
blood.
idea, brother. So I got to ask you a question as a bartender.
Get yourself checked out, because I want to know now.
Get some test
4
runs.
hours of rest.
So hey, as a bartender, what's one of the craziest stories that
Ooh,
or
that's a
something
good
that's happened
one.
as a
I mean, there
bartender?
isn't really crazy stuff. The bartending is easy. It's dealing with the people. I guess maybe the craziest one is. So I'm at a bar called La Descarga. It's in Hollywood. It's a Cuban place made out to be out Cubas back in the 50s. Have you ever been yet? No.
No.
Oh, okay. So it's a Cuban bar.
If he invites me one of these days.
I did invite you last time, actually.
I
So
know.
it's a Cuban bar made out to be out Cubas back in the 50s, burlesque dancing, live music. When I
Very
first started
cool.
there, I've been there for 15 years. Since
Wow.
day one. Yeah. 2010, jeez. I started off as a busser. This is the weirdest thing. And I'm sweeping, I'm cleaning. Some lady, she's just sitting there. This is within the first few months of us open. She grabbed her shoe, and kind of like my butt is facing her, and I'm sweeping. She grabbed took off her shoe. This part I'm guessing she took off. She had to have taken off her shoe. She takes it off and kind of like butt checks me
With the shoe?
with the shoe.
Like a credit card?
Yeah, like a credit card. Yeah. And I didn't really feel it because people bump into you. And I'm just sweeping. And then I turn around. She makes eye contact when she goes, you. I'll never forget. This is the weirdest. You just de-virginized my shoe.
Did it click yet?
Yeah. And then it clicked. I was
Ew.
like, did she just credit card my ass with her shoe?
Oh man.
And then she either kissed the shoe or licked it. I can't remember on the side.
If she licked it, that's pretty
Yeah.
gangster.
And she goes, you de-virginized my shoe. And put her shoe back on. And I was like, let me go clean the bathrooms.
Let me scrub toilets.
That's definitely the
That's
weirdest
crazy
thing ever. Yeah. And yeah.
That's wow.
And I haven't thought about
Okay.
that story in years.
Now you just brought it up. Great
Yeah,
great
'cause
story.
yeah.
Yep. This
So-
is gonna be very emotional. Very emotional episode.
I just.
We're like all over the place here.
Yeah,
So
we are.
hey, Danii,
Yeah.
there's a photo under there. We
There
got to
is
see this
there is
photo.
there is a photo under there. Do you have an idea of what it is?
It's got to be of Carlo.
It is. So
I have no idea though, but I'm
when
waiting
I
to
have
see it.
guests on, I got to do research.
Yeah.
Of course. You
Yeah.
know, and I got to go through the socials. I got to see what's happening.
I'm guessing that's like my first headshot or something.
I didn't dig that deep. But
Ah,
One of my
well,
first.
and unless this is, it might be. I don't know. I need you to explain this.
Oh no, okay.
I need to know what this is.
Okay.
Cowboy Whisperer.
So
The Cowboy Whisperer.
that is
I got
hilarious.
I got to hear the story now.
it's not that great of a story, but
Is it?
it
You're on the cover of a book called The Cowboy
yeah, so
Whisperer.
it's a romance cover, right? So I self-submitted. I won't forget. I self-submitted. I saw something about romance cover. We need a cowboy-looking type guy. I was like, all right, let me just submit for it. Submitted, sent in some pictures. Like, perfect. Can you come shoot with us? I'm like, yeah. So it's funny. I forget his name now, but I've shot with that same photographer already for a bunch of different romance covers.
There's multiple of
There's
these.
multiple, not of cowboys,
romance
but
covers?
different ones. Yes,
Stop.
Interesting.
yes.
This
and
is a gem.
And I still remember the post that I said. I'm like, what does a cowboy whisperer do?
Yeah.
Do they sing to? I mean, do they? What does it do? Like, what's a cowboy whisperer? It's not a horse
Maybe
whisperer.
maybe it's good
Or
on
maybe
a
it's
horse.
whisperer. I don't
It
know.
might be a horse whisperer, or like I feel like maybe you should say the cowgirl whisperer. I don't know.
knows?
I have a lot of questions.
So that's what I said. I'm like, I have a lot of questions about this.
A lot of
What
questions
is a
about
cowboy
this.
whisperer? I know a horse whisperer. There's a movie I think called
The
Horse
horse
Whisperer.
there might
whisperer.
be. It sounds
There's
like
a dog
something that would
whisperer.
be. There's always a dog.
I'm
whisperer.
sure there's a cat whisperer. what the fuck's a cow? Do you whisper to other cowboys?
Have you ever heard of a
You
sleep
whisper to
a sleep
cowboys at the
whisper?
saloon.
Yeah, but you're talking to them.
Yeah, you're like, do you want to? I don't know what cowboys do.
Have you ever heard of a sleep whisper?
No, but you know what? You probably have.
Yeah,
'cause you
we
sleep
get
4
it.
fucking hours.
If there was a book called The Sleep
The Sleep
Whisperer,
Whisperer.
Alan would be on the cover.
because Alan only sleeps for 4 hours. That's not fair.
Oh, that's funny.
This is not the cover of a man that sleeps for 4 hours.
No.
It's
Mine
not.
would be, I would be like the guy who takes like 10 hours to sleep whisperer.
But
So that's funny. That's
So you
interesting.
dug that up. That's interesting.
I didn't have to dig too deep for this.
So how
but
many
I
covers
saw
have
Yeah,
you
that
done?
was, yeah, right there.
How
on
many of
my
those
Instagram.
covers have you done?
Like a good 4
Are
or
they
5.
like romance for like
yeah,
books?
romance covers. Yeah.
Okay.
Do
So
people send you pictures, like if they're out and about and they see
they see them,
them?
yeah, they'll send me pictures or they'll post and tag me. Yeah, there's one that I did of like an action Marine guy.
Stop.
Another one where I played a bad guy. I can't remember too much, but it's very simple. They just take the pictures and put it on the cover, and and that's it.
Hey, I love that.
Yeah,
that's great.
that's funny.
This is a moment.
It's a great
That
great
that
photo.
is funny.
She's gonna take that home and frame it now.
Really, as a memento of your time here with us.
Yeah, that's funny.
So it's funny. We're when we what was where we get our clothes.
yeah, that place.
right?
I forget the name.
I forget.
was
Walk out. I'm there, right? I
Yeah.
was getting fitted for some clothing, and he walks in his Gold's Gym workout shirt,
Yeah.
tank top, and it was hilarious because there's not pretty much all women in there, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you hear the room go silence when this guy walks in.
Not true.
I
Thank you, Alan.
mean,
You're sweet, but not true.
okay.
No, it was great. It was fun. It was great to see the women's
They only
reactions.
They probably only just stood silent because like, what is this asshole doing wearing a tank top? I'm like, I just got out the gym, guys.
Hey, even when
Was
he
it
came,
gold?
even
Did you
when
say
he
it was gold?
Jim's
No,
gold,
gold
Jim's,
it
gold
says
Jim.
gold on
Oh,
it.
okay,
Even-
gold
even
gym.
when
I thought
he
you meant
came
it
in-
was gold.
Yeah, oh, that'd be funny. Well, Carlos walks in bright,
Just the
wearing
gold.
No,
Everybody
his
silenced.
Gold's Gym workout shirt. And I had to just double take. I go, shit, peanut butter gave him that body. I need more peanut butter.
That's what I hear. Peanut butter apparently does this.
Peanut butter, people, peanut butter, and 10 hours of rest.
What did Christian say? Because he sent me your thing. Your heartthrob's favorite heartthrob was what he put on the sheet about you. Did you have any doing in that at all?
No way.
Your heartthrob's favorite heartthrob.
This is the line he put. It was like Carlo Mendez, your heartthrob's favorite heartthrob.
Oh, wait. Okay, I see what you mean. Like my heart throbs.
Yes.
My heartthrob. Oh. Wait, is that a question?
This is your tagline. I don't know if you know this.
Oh my God,
but
I'm a Christian. Jesus Christ.
Leave it to Christian.
that's what he put. Your heartthrob's favorite heartthrob, Carlo Mendez.
Oh, I get the tagline now. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
I was a little slow because you know why?
Why?
Because I didn't get any coffee today. No, I've had coffee, but it was earlier in the day. But I didn't get enough rest.
You didn't get enough rest.
No.
Was it
So,
a pumpkin
God,
coffee?
I'm gonna
That'll
get
do
up
it
and walk
too.
out of it because I'm getting. You guys are gonna kill me.
You might have to run when this episode's over. But yeah,
Oh, that's funny. That's
So it's like,
tagline.
you know,
Okay.
makes
Thank
sense.
you, Christian. You're sweet.
the room silences that he walks into full of women. I mean,
I've seen
you're
it.
The
I've witnessed
heartthrob.
it.
I'm sure you have.
That's
sure
only
you
because
have.
they were like, "What's this jackass doing?"
No,
in his
no, they
workout?"
I don't
weren't.
think
No, they
so.
weren't.
You can say that, but we all know it's
He's
not true.
he's a modest guy, and that's that's what I'm gonna say. This when I first met him, I met him at Cerritos.
Real quick, I just saw your pumpkin socks.
Yes,
That's awesome.
It's pumpkin season.
Yeah.
That's why
Okay.
I had to ask.
Cool.
Sorry, what were you saying about
no,
Cerritos?
So I meet him at Cerritos. We're at this college at this event, right? And he was,
Was that
the
the
most.
first time we met?
Yeah, yeah.
What
He the
was
most-
it? I'm sorry.
You were with your girlfriend. He was the most down to earth person. We sat next to each other and we just kind of hit it off and started talking, you know.
Yeah.
But
That's
super,
right.
super,
That's where we
super
first
cool.
met. Yeah.
You know, because most times,
where the magic
seriously,
happened.
being with actors, sometimes you meet other actors and they're just so snobbish.
Are they really?
Some of them are.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's
I
true.
don't know many actors, so I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'm sure you don't, and there's none in your family. Yeah, okay.
Wasn't gonna go there, but you know, I always say actors as an actor, and I've always said this: the roles that you take on, you're not too far from that character.
Unless they're
Right?
a character on Dexter and you're killing and chopping
Well,
people's
that's a
ass off.
was
that's a
gonna
different
say-
thing though. There, but
Is that what you're doing at night? He's like,
Yeah.
I'm bartending.
I've always-
Bartending,
but-
chop motherfuckers up, especially the ones that sleep only 4 hours.
Yeah.
I've always said this.
He's
So
coming for you.
a lot of times you see an actor, right, and they're pretty much that person in real life.
There's a lot of unless you're playing a complete character,
Yeah.
and because here's the thing, I hear a lot of people, I read a lot of shit online. Oh God, and it's one of the
Don't we all?
I wish I could stop. Oh, this actor's always
It's
the
an
same in this
addiction.
movie.
Yeah.
That's an addiction.
It is.
This actor's always the same. We're all pretty much the same. Like unless you're a character actor, like Gary Oldman in True Romance. You ever see
Yeah.
that movie?
No.
Okay, he plays. Forgive me for this word, a wigger. A
Okay.
white guy who thinks he's black or something.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
And he's got dreads and messed up. That's a character that he's not like that in real life.
Right.
But most actors, most people, there's always a little bit of something in them in each character. They play.
Yeah.
You know, unless it's a movie full of bunch of weird characters.
Right.
There's always something in you. So yeah, I see what you mean in that sense. You know, just character.
Okay, so piggybacking off of that, what's the weirdest role you've both been offered that you were like, there's no way? Like, this just is not going to work.
I don't know, because the roles I've been offered, I usually either, like, I'm playing a police officer.
Okay.
I'm a attorney. I've been said I could play a game show host, or, you know, I've done being a sportscaster, playing a sportscaster, played myself, actually, which was crazy.
Yeah, I could see that.
You have without getting into stereotypes, you have a type that you can play.
Yeah.
Those things you definitely can play. Yeah.
That's what they've told me. So that's what I've done. Everything I've done has always been along those lines. So it's kind of easy to fall into that, you know. So
has anything landed on your desk that you're like, ooh,
weird?
Yeah, like weird, or you're just like, I don't know if I can like tap into that.
No, nothing really. Just I've had a few times where I've been asked to like audition or play like a gay role.
Okay.
And that's tough because it's like, do you go over the top with being gay?
Yeah.
Or do you not? And there's a few actors who've been able to
pull that off
that are straight to play gay. I think Modern Family is one of them. I forget the name of the actor.
Oh yeah.
But it's tough. So that's a role that I don't know if I can still play well.
Right.
So I don't know how far. I'd have to get very coached on it. I don't know how far I can go or not. Or like Brokeback Mountain. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but Jake Gyllenhaal and Heath Ledger, they play lovers, but they're playing straight. They're not over the top gay. So that's something maybe I can do.
Right.
But weird roles, to be honest, now that I'm thinking, I don't get offered a lot yet in this point in my career. But I can't say anything weird that I can think of off the top of my head. There's been characters that in the beginning was hard for me to play because I was still inexperienced, and I'm like, I'm afraid to play it and pull it off. But you know, nothing really weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I could, thinking back, I was probably 17. I'll tell you, I hadn't got this agent, the one that wanted me to change my name, right?
Yeah.
And they come to me, they call me when I was actually went down the agency was right there on Sunset, off of Sunset.
Okay.
And so I go in and he says, hey, we're going to send you out for a casting call. And I go, what's the deal? He goes, are you comfortable taking off your clothes? I go, I'm 17. I go, yeah, I am uncomfortable taking off my clothes, right? They want me to go do a porno movie. I'm not kidding you. And I go, no. I go, we're not going down that road.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
and
good
he goes,
for you.
Well, yeah, it's good that you stood your ground.
no, but you do have to have like limits.
You do,
right?
and it would be hard in the moment, especially if you're being offered something.
I wouldn't have done that. There's just like no way, you know. But that was, thinking back, that was one of the weirdest things. Besides wanting to change my name and then getting a call for that, I go, no, I'm not going to do that. You know.
I can't believe they wanted to change your name.
That's some weird stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's weird. Alan Santana.
It's solid.
Yeah.
It's solid.
I've always liked my name. I don't know, but I mean, what were they going to change it to? You know,
I would love to know.
That was
they
I never asked.
you?
I never asked. I just said no. I go no. I go, I
Yeah.
like my name. I'm going to keep it. You know.
See, I wish I would have changed my name.
What would you have
But it
changed
worked for
to?
you.
You know, so my real name is Carlos, but my stage name is Carlo.
Okay.
Only because there was another Carlos Mendez in Union back when I first started. It was the only reason. So it's kind of like taking off the S. I can probably add it back on later. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of my first name. Love my last name.
Yeah.
But my first name, Carlos. It's so common and unoriginal.
Okay.
And nothing wrong with the name.
Right.
But my dad's name is Carlos. My brother's name was Carlos. I got like 5
So there's
cousins
really
named Carlos.
Wow.
Everybody's name is Carlos.
So you're
I
like
used to
Carlos
work
the
at Home
third? Were you like
Depot,
Carlos the
yeah.
third?
Yeah, well, no, because it's like my dad is Juan Carlos.
Okay.
My brother's Juan Carlos also, but with a different middle name. But
Gotcha.
it was never first, second, and third.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
And then I used to work at Home Depot, and there was like 10 Carloses.
You guys would.
I mean-
they'd all
It's
come
big.
running when they call
It's big.
Carlos.
Literally,
Carlos,
Carlos.
Wait, who?
From the paint department, you know. So it's like it's very common. Just like Carlos Mendez. I don't know. I never really, but I didn't know what else to change it to, so it's already too late to probably change it to something completely like
It's never.
Sean.
It's never too late. You could be a Sean.
Carlo
Mendez.
works for you though.
But yeah, it works for now.
It works.
Yeah,
It works.
It does. It does work for you. I mean, if you want to be Sean tomorrow, you could be.
Yeah. Or my middle name. My middle name is Alberto.
Okay.
Alberto Mendez.
Really?
It's maybe too Latin, I guess. Oh, well, shit. You can't get more Latin than Carlos. Never mind.
Yeah.
Albert Mendez. But I don't
Okay.
know if I'd ever even...
Albert would be weird.
And I think
Yeah.
Carlo just
Albert
flows.
has a weird vibe, I feel like, to it.
Yeah, Alberto Mendez.
It's like
Alberto.
my middle name's Hector.
I love it.
And I
Your
Alan
middle
I
name's Hector.
Santana.
Okay.
Hector, I don't like that name.
Why?
I don't even use it. I just didn't like it.
I'm Hector Santana.
When
I love it.
when
That's such a
when my father
the whole
when
name
they
is
named
solid.
me
Yeah.
when they named me, he says, "Hey, I named you after a Greek warrior." He goes, "Your name is actually literally you're named after a Greek warrior in mythology." He was into mythology, so I looked it up. I looked up Hector. I looked up Alan. And I go, "Wow, it fits. It literally fits who I
Yeah.
am." But I just never liked the word. And I have my uncle's name is Hector.
Oh, there you go.
Right?
I have a brother-in-law named Hector.
Yeah, but I just didn't like the name. I don't use it. I just signed my name Alan Santana.
Yeah.
I really don't ever use my middle initial or my last
Okay.
name.
But
the
no,
middle
but
name.
you have a strong name. See, it's funny because my mom, not to get too much in the history of my family, but my mom, she named my two other sisters on my mom's side. My older sister's named Nylon.
Okay.
Spelled
Nylon?
different- Yeah,
Nylon?
Nylon.
Wow.
Spelled differently from the material.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
My younger sister's name is Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
My mom,
Oh.
she's got that creative mind of like, something different.
Yeah.
But for me, my mom was like, "Go ahead, name your son whatever you want." My fucking dad had to name me after him. How
He's like,
creative
what's
did
a
you
better
get?
name?
Just name him after me. I don't even want to think about it.
That's too easy.
It's
That's
like
too
fuck
easy.
that. Like you name my brother Carlos, you name me Carlos. What the name
That's
the fucking
funny.
dog Carlos?
There's another child, just Carlos.
Yeah.
Boy or girl, doesn't matter.
It's funny when you pick names for like when we had all of our children. We
Yeah.
because being Hispanic and I'm proud of my heritage. I really am.
Yeah.
Being Hispanic, but we wanted to give our names our children good solid American names. Right? So our daughter's Victoria Ashley.
I like
Our
that.
sons, the twins, I did Michael, Austin, and Andrew Michael.
I like that.
Austin Michael,
Nice.
Andrew Michael, and then the youngest son's Aaron Christopher. And we named him Aaron after Elvis Presley.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I loved Elvis Presley. So, we can't name him Elvis, but we'll name him Aaron.
Why didn't
So
you
we
name him Elvis?
Elvis would have been a cool
That's,
name. Or Presley.
I knew a guy named Elvis. And he was okay, but I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that to my son,
Got
if
it.
you know someone
So-
with a name that you want to pick, it does ruin it.
Yeah.
It can ruin
Oh,
it.
interesting.
It's
Yeah, I
like,
never thought of it like that.
like I wanted to name my daughter Alana. I love
like
that name. And my wife,
yeah.
we talked about it last night. I go, how come you don't like the name Alana? She goes, it reminded me. She goes, there was somebody that on a show of all things, a soap opera. Soap opera she used to watch, right? Days of Our Life or something. She goes, the actress, she had a daughter named Alana and just didn't like the name. I didn't like that actress. Like, okay, that no wonder, okay, but
It can.
I
It
thought,
can. Yeah, it makes sense. It can ruin it for you.
yeah.
It
So
can.
that's why she didn't like the name, and I always thought Alana was a cool name. Not
pretty.
Not because my name is Alan. I just love the name. I remember Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart had a girlfriend named Alana or a wife named Alana, and I thought that was a cool name.
It is a cool name.
But
Yeah, I like. I love all the names of your children. Awesome.
yeah, no, I thought they're
Strong
pretty
names.
solid.
Those are strong,
Right,
Very
solid names
strong.
with the middle names.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. The only ones that have the two middle names, Michael. The twins have their same middle name, Michael.
I like that.
So
And what's your full name?
Oh. Okay. So my full name is Danielle Jean, as in like the material, and then of course my last name is Kaufman. But I share the same middle name as Britney Spears. So
Which is
hers is Britney Jean Spears.
Jean.
Brittany
I didn't
Jean.
know that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, Jean.
And it's spelled the same way. It's Jean, not
like
G-E-N-E.
you said, like jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's a very nice name.
Yeah, so I'm
It
pretty
flows.
proud
See,
of
that
it.
flows.
Yeah.
It flows.
It's very Midwestern. If I said I'm a DJ or a Danielle Jean, so I just dropped the Jean.
Danielle Jean.
I
I
just
love that.
dropped the Jean completely. But yeah, that's my little. My mom has the
like
same
it.
middle name, and both of my grandmas have the same middle name.
Jean, really?
Wow,
Interesting.
that's cool.
So they kept that. See, that's nice.
Yeah.
Jean, I like that.
Yeah, so it's a nice little tradition.
Yeah. Okay.
It's interesting if you go back like in history, you start looking at your family names, right? They're gonna repeat. It's crazy how that works. My
will.
wife went back to my mom's side of the family, which they're from Ohio, right?
fucking dad and my brother were named Carlos.
Everybody's Carlos.
And a
through-
cousin.
That's hilarious. But throughout history, we saw my like John, Jim, Virginia, same as all these names from my mom's side of the family. Every like 80 years they repeat.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how that works.
I love the trend with like the old school names. Like I'm talking like from like the early 1900s that people are using now. Like I love it. Like a good Gertrude or just something,
Gertrude.
just like a crazy older.
I gotta
like,
ask, would you
fashion name.
would you date somebody named Gertrude?
That's funny you say that. I think the name's Pilar. and Gertrude are like, can you even name somebody young with those names? Like you think of somebody with that name, they're old, even if they're young.
Gertrude,
they're
right?
Old.
That's,
yeah. I don't know. It's just okay. Maybe Gertrude's not a great example.
That's a terrible
but
example.
It is a terrible example, but like Eleanor. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other names on the spot.
That's another old person.
It is another old person name. I think it's nice. It's cute.
Nice. Eleanor,
Eleanor.
It's named after the Mustang.
That's doable.
Eleanor
That's
is a
doable.
Mustang.
Okay.
Eleanor.
But
Not Gertrude though. You got to lose Gertrude.
So yeah. So no Gertrudes for
No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. That's
it's-
sorry.
It's an interesting name.
It's a little interesting. Okay, I picked the worst one to throw out there. It's fine. So I can't believe it's been an hour with you guys already.
Oof.
So
A quick hour.
if I know it flew right by. So if you guys wouldn't mind just letting our listeners know where to find you. Alan, if you want to go first.
You can find me on Facebook under Alan Santana. I always say put Alan Santana Boxer.
Okay.
Twitter, 2828 Alan Santana. And then I have all the other social media sites. I have a website, alansantana.com, where you could follow, go and look and see all the things I got coming up. So what I'm doing.
Nice.
Awesome.
So thank you.
We'll make sure to link all of that. And then for you, Carlos.
So I'm under Carlo, who needs 10 hours of rest, that loves peanut butter. .com. No, I'm kidding. It's
You gotta love it.
Just
I do.
Carlo Mendez on Instagram and Facebook, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm bad
yeah.
with this stuff. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay.
Just Facebook and Instagram is all I have. I have Twitter, but I don't use it.
No viral TikTok dances for you?
No, I tried it's just too much. That's too much.
Too much
apps and
work.
Technology. Yeah.
Too much work.
I tried TikTok for a while, but I was just like, oh god, just another app, another thing to do. I can't.
That's
it
fair.
takes too much of my.
He
time
needs to
away.
sleep, okay?
He does.
Yes.
We're cutting it.
Not all of us can
Actually,
get
we gotta let him
4
go.
fucking hours of rest
Listen, if we don't get
and
him out of here
function all
soon.
day. If I can get 4 hours of rest, I'd be on every part of social media,
On all the apps.
all the
All
apps.
of them.
I'd be back on MySpace.
That's why we have Christian.
Yes,
He does a
Yes.
lot of that stuff for me,
Yeah.
so which
Friend of
is
the
nice.
podcast.
Yeah.
We love Christian. All right, well, I'm going to let you guys go because we know sleep is very precious to you.
Past my bedtime already.
Thank you guys so much for
Thank
being
you.
guests on the podcast.
Thank you for having us
Thank
on.
you for having me.
Yes,
Appreciate
and
it.
we'll see you guys next week.